Dr. Timothy Naftali, a leading expert on Nazi plunder, has been given the rare opportunity to visit Merkers mine, where the Nazis stored their stolen gold from Europe at the end of World War II. The town of Merkers is still home to a working salt and potassium mine, and the Nazis' secret treasure room is not easily accessible. Dr. Naftali has never had the chance to visit this site before, but with the help of a mining truck and a knowledgeable driver, he has reached a nondescript entrance to the room the Nazis called number 8. Behind this door, one of the greatest treasure hoards ever assembled, 75 feet wide and 150 feet long, with 12-foot-high ceilings and its own tram railway leading in and out, once contained the lion's share of Nazi Germany's secret wealth. The Allies found this room thousands of feet below ground, along one of the near-infinite series of tunnels, by accident. 2 French women told American soldiers that they had seen sacks of money being taken out of the mine. The U.S. Army took notice and took control of the mine, discovering the door of room number 8. U.S. soldiers came into this room and discovered 8,198 of these gold bars. However, the true mystery begins here because the secret treasurer of Merkers mine was quite a bit lighter than expected. It is estimated that the Nazis stole $598 million worth of gold, but the gold stored at Merkers mine was worth about $250 million in 1945, less than half of the alleged $598 million total. The rest of the gold remains unknown. Adolf Hitler and his Nationalist Socialist German Workers' Party were known for their systematic looting of territories during World War II. They stole vast amounts of wealth from individuals, families, and entire nations, including precious artifacts, currency, jewelry, and precious metals. Gold was a favorite of Hitler and his men, and they sought places to stash these stolen wealth. Some popular caches include the Nazi gold train, a legendary train believed to be filled with gold and other valuable items hidden within a sealed tunnel in the Walder region of Poland. Operation Safe Haven was a campaign initiated by West Allies to find liquid assets in the form of paper money, coin gold, and bullion, which could be placed in a safe haven until returned to the rightful owner. The Austrian Lake Taupitz is also claimed to be the hiding place of many Nazi documents, artifacts, and Swiss banks. Despite the lack of conclusive proof, historians continue to search for the truth about the Nazis' theft of treasure. NYU professor Timothy Naftali has become an expert on Nazi plunder, and he has visited Merkers mine, located outside Frankfurt, to see where the Nazis had hidden the gold and other valuable items they had stolen from their victims. The town of Merkers is similar to the Nazis' down-to-earth town of Merger, as much of the population is still involved in mining in the working salt and potassium mines found in the area. The Nazis' secret treasure vault is still mostly inaccessible to much of the public today, as those looking to venture into it would have to take part in a 2,000-foot plunge into the mine's industrial lift. As one descends into the tunnel, they experience a sense of dread and claustrophobia, but it may be the perfect hiding spot for anyone seeking to keep their treasure from being discovered by the rest of the world. Dr. Naftali and his guide, Dr. Naftali, discovered a massive gold vault in the bowels of the earth, deep within the bowels of the earth. The mine was so large that it would have taken years for anyone to find their way around without even coming close to finding the gold. The room labeled number 8 was considered to be the location of one of the largest treasure hoards ever put together. The room measured 75 feet wide, 150 feet long, and had its own tram railway to help people navigate in and out of the room. Dr. Naftali could see why the Nazis would have picked this location, but he couldn't imagine how anyone would have come across it without some help. After World War II, the Allied forces stumbled across this hidden spot by accident, following the end of World War II. They stumbled across a pair of French women who had interesting information about the scene where large stacks of money were being extracted from the mines. The Americans were hoping to make their way down the mine, but it would be easier said than done, as the Nazis wouldn't give this secret location up without a fight. The Americans came out on top, and they found the now infamous door of room number 8. Although excited, they were cautious enough to fear that the door was booby-trapped. After successfully blowing the door up, the men waited for the dust to settle. To their surprise, they found more than 8,000 gold bars. However, the sums don't add up, and there still is some mystery as to what happened to all of this gold. It is believed that the Nazis had stolen almost $600 million worth of gold, according to 1945 standards. After conducting an examination on what was left in the room, it is believed that only about $250 million of the treasure was in the room at the time the Americans discerned the vault. At least $350 million worth of gold was gone forever, and the rest of the treasure is unknown. Dr. Neftali continues to discuss the mysterious nature of the treasures that were stolen from the victims of World War II by Hitler and his Nazi scourge. He wants to see more gold subscribers join the hunt for lost treasures, hidden riches, and legendary gold discoveries. John Casey, a construction contractor from the U.S., is returning to the Philippines with a team to continue his search for Yamashita's gold. He believes that Japanese General Tomoyuki Yamashita took billions of dollars in treasure looted by Japan during World War II and buried it in the Philippines, including somewhere in this mountain. According to an eyewitness, mysterious wooden crates were hauled up the mountain by prisoners of war and buried in tunnels, which were then destroyed one day. John follows a series of mysterious symbols to 3 promising sites: a waterfall, a crater known as Breach 6, and a camouflage tunnel they uncovered last year. The team disperses across the mountain, with miners Levi and Gio working on clearing the tunnel dam and moving dirt. They are concerned about the groundfall potential and the potential for groundfall if they get inside the tunnel. The team works on the tunnel, installing a support fence to prevent rock slides and digging out the entrance. They are excited to find an old tunnel in better shape than expected, but are worried about the potential groundfall potential. General Yamashita was known for tunneling and burying treasure inside mountains, so they wouldn't put that timber in there if they didn't want it to last. As the new day dawns on the mountain, John gets his first look at the reopened tunnel, hoping it connects to a network leading to treasure. The coal bolts look different than the last time they saw it, and they are ready to go in. Levi and Gio come up with a plan to go in themselves, but John prefers to take pictures of the treasure before it gets buried and gets lost. John Casey and his team are determined to find Yamashita's gold in the Philippines, following a series of mysterious symbols and a secure tunnel entrance. They hope to uncover the lost treasure and continue their search for the lost treasure. A visit to a tunnel in Japan, where the author is intrigued by the information it contains. They are interested in the construction of the tunnel and the markings left behind by the occupants. They notice a chisel mark on the wall, which appears to be a tool mark. The other side of the tunnel does not appear to be a pneumatic drill, suggesting that it could be very old. Japan had slave labor during World War II, with around 27,000 Americans being taken as prisoners by Japan. It is believed that Yamashita relied on these POWs to construct his network of treasure tunnels. The tunnel's posters displayed American numbers painted whitewashed down to the post, possibly indicating that Americans were present. They then notices a black object on the floor, which appears to be a handle or something else. The object has grooves and a blade that looks like a knife. The author suspects that the manipulator arms are strong enough to move the object. They are eager to see what it is and try to grab a hold of it to gain an idea of its origin. They find a K-bar on the back of the knife, which is a military-style fighting knife used since World War I. This is a significant artifact from World War II, and the author believes that it could tell us a lot about the time frame and the history of the tunnel. The discovery of the tunnel and the object's potential for communication and interpretation are key factors in understanding the past.